Thou shalt not lie. What's up, guys? One Way up here back with another video. And in this video, I'll be talking about lying and just giving you a different perspective on lying as a whole and how it relates to your life and how you can use some of these tips and things in this video to use this information as your benefit so you don't make this mistake when it comes to lying. So lying has generally been seen in most cultures and religions as something that's bad, something that we shouldn't do. And it reflects how we're brought up. Most of us are taught by our parents, guardians, different people like that lying is bad and why we shouldn't do it and things like that. Now, to be honest, most of them who have taught us about lying have done it in the past and still do it to this day to some degree, and the same thing reflects to us personally. We all have lied in the past and still do today. Some of us may do it more now than before, or it could be the opposite. We might tend to do it less now than in the past, or we generally do it in different periods of time. But with that aside, we all have done it and still continue to do it now. And when we do lie, it's usually to avoid something from happening. Sometimes we do it as a joke, but more often we may do it to avoid hurting someone's feelings, or we may lie on someone's behalf. But most of the time when we do lie, it's generally to avoid something bad happening to us. It's really to help us avoid certain situations or scenarios that we feel like will negatively impact our lives. Now, some of the effects of lying may include stress, because you do have to alter your lifestyle and what you say to keep up with the lie you said when it comes to certain people you've lied to. Also, another effect of lying could be your integrity. If you feel like you're against lying and you may do it at one point or another, it's going to affect how you feel about yourself and things like that. But there also are other instances where lying has actually benefited us. We all have plenty of examples where we've lied and have actually helped us avoid something from happening or better our lives in some way. I know for me personally, one of the things that I lied about was I was applying to getting a job which involved me working around kids. And one of the things that they required for this job was to have previous experience working with children. And I had none at all. So my friend, who was also applying for the same job, told me about how I should change my resume to have experience with me working with kids to help me get that job. Well, it turns out I've done that, and I actually did get the job through that lie that I put on my resume. And for that season where I was working with that job, things went well, and they ended up inviting me to come back the following year, and then the following year after the second year. So that's an example of how lying actually worked for me. Now, I didn't actually end up hurting anyone, but sometimes lying does benefit us. But there's definitely a situation where lying will always have a negative impact on us, is when we're lying to ourselves. When we're thinking and talking to ourselves, lying has no benefit whatsoever. Now, lying can have a benefit only when you're dealing with affirmations. If you're trying to trick yourself and your mind into believing more positive things about yourself and you want to develop more positive habits, continually lying positive things to yourself can have a positive impact on you. But anything other than that, lying will have a negative impact on your life. Now, here's why. You know the truth about yourself deep down. You know more about yourself than anybody else on this planet. So when you tell a lie to yourself, you're pretty much wasting your time and energy. There's no point for doing that. And also, lying to yourself does not benefit you or your situation. So when you're lying about yourself and your situation, at best, it will just keep the situation the same way it is. It won't change anything. But more often than not, lying to yourself will make your situation worse because you're failing to accurately assess you and your situation for what it is, which can help you come up with better plans and activities and things you can do to fix yourself or your situation and benefit yourself in your life. You see, our mind is our most important asset. So if we fill our mind with lies or negative thoughts, it's not going to have a great impact in our life whatsoever. You have to learn how to use your mind to your benefit, and one of the simplest and easiest things you can do is just to be honest with yourself. Before you worry about making big changes and changing your mind and developing all these great habits, being honest with yourself is the start to changing your life, because it's something that's so easy, so simple that you can do, and it involves you using your mind in a positive way to help yourself and to help your situation and those around you. So with that being said, just remember, when it comes to lying, never lie to yourself, because it is no benefit whatsoever. You're not going to help yourself or your situation, and it's generally a waste of time and energy. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.